All right, little bit of experience here with the WithArmor company products. They're out of China. Times a hit or miss, but it seemed to have a pretty good reputation, I guess, so far. And this was a WithArmor Baluga blade. I think it's 14-inch long blade. It's supposed to be 1095 high carbon steel. So I got this from Chicago Knife Works, and I think it's normally $150. This was less because I had a bunch of credits with them. Whatever they have, their little points for getting so much stuff. And um, so this is the beast right here. Now, I will say if you're looking for craftsmanship, the handle's it's actually really nice. A lot of companies, they do their handle and everything's just as flat as can be, and then they have screws in here, and as soon as something hits it, when they're not like expanded rivets, then or peened rivets, then stuff can move slightly, and then they have sharp edges. What they've actually done is it's rounded. I don't know if you can see that a whole lot, but everything's rounded on here. So there's nothing for that to happen if it settles a little bit. And even though I like a hook more, it does flare out a little bit, which actually feels really good. Now, and the weight of this thing is pretty thick. It's got a little bit of a cutout, but not much. It doesn't go real shallow. It's a thick, heavy blade. It's because I love a like a heavy barong machete, or a bolo. Sorry, a heavy bolo machete, just for doing all kinds of tasks. And this the shape and everything is actually nice for that. Now, here's the problem. Here's why I will probably not get anything back from them. So I took it out, and we've got a old black walnut tree that was pieced up just behind here, and I hit it 5 or 6 times. It's just some of the downed wood that's been sitting for a while. Not extremely hard, but there is some hardness to it for sure. But it's something that I have 1075 tools, like a big kukri 1075, and even Condor. I have a bolo machete that I was chopping with on it. I can hit it a bunch of times and it's fine. Absolutely fine. Even some softer stuff. CRKT's Skagox, I think it's SK5. And it's actually a little softer SK5. Absolutely fine. I took this sucker out and I hit it a few times. Like, this is working pretty good. And then I look at the blade. I don't know if this is going to show up or not. Oh, yeah. See, this part right here is what hit. Yeah, maybe it'll show right there. And I'm like, that is not good. And I ended up contacting WithArmor and CC'd Chicago Knife Works on it. I think Chicago Knife Works, the last reply I got with them, glad you're handling it through the vendor for their warranty. And I will say, WithArmor spokesperson got a hold of me, or got back with me pretty quick. They said there's none in our warehouses. It's going to cost $40 to have it shipped to the United States. Okay. That's fine. I ended up paying about the regular price for it then, without the discount from Chicago Knife Works to use my points or whatever. That's okay. See, the fit and finish of this, it seemed good enough. If it was good high carbon steel, it would be worth it to me. And last I heard, they said, or the guy I was talking to over in China said she'll put in a requisition order. She'll get back with me whenever it goes through to tell me how to proceed, how to pay the money, right, and have them ship it over. That was over 3 weeks ago, and I've heard nothing. So, quite honestly, I'm kind of, I'm guessing that it's going nowhere, So, I doubt I will buy anything else and take that risk from them maybe I just got a lemon, but whenever I'm still kind of waiting in limbo and no answer yet. Obviously, the warranty is a little sus, so to speak. Um, so I started checking this out and wanted to see if maybe is it the whole thing? Is it just the edge? Now, what I did is this edge. Can't even see where I'm pointing here. This edge is pretty stinking soft. There's another divot here, which this is part of a nail, cheap Walmart 10D nail. I actually use these for rivets. I pound them through, cut off the end, and they're soft enough that whenever I use a ball peen hammer, I can hammer out some really nice rivets for like leather and other stuff. But they're very soft. So, fine, the edges are damaged. I hit it with this. It put a big chunk. Now, mind you, properly tempered steel, 1095, it'll go through this nail. And it will. I mean, you can see a little bit of divot on the edge when it goes through, but not much. I mean, it doesn't do much to it going through a soft nail like this unless I am just smashing the heck out of it. This did very little to the nail, and it put a big round divot in the blade. So clearly there's a problem. And what I did is I took a hardened punch and I started down here. I don't know where it was, but put the punch on it, hard surface, hit it with a hammer, made a divot. I expected it to. As I moved up the blade, probably till I got about a 1/4 inch, it would leave the divots. And once I got up further, it doesn't seem to be leaving those divots. So I don't know if it's an entire the entire product, I guess, that's messed up, heat treat, or it's just maybe they burned the edge. If they were grinding, if whoever was on the line grinding the edge and it got heated up too much. My point towards, yeah, if it gets heated up too much, especially as this gets thinner, then if it gets to that point where it's discoloration or anything else, it may have softened up this edge just a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, since I'm hearing nothing, I'm going to try and salvage what I got here. But I have a belt grinder, and I'm probably going to take this edge right down slowly where I'm not burning it up. See if that's going to help any, because it's clearly probably about a 1/4 inch up. Even it's soft. Hopefully that'll help. But I hate to say, as much as I love how they did this rounding of the handle, and everybody's their own. Maybe if I do hear back and they make good on their warranty, I'll do a little addition here, make some notes. But myself, as much as I like the design, I ain't buying anything else from the company. Yeah, there's even part of this that's bent out and warped. So if you can get one that's maybe local, that you have a chance to actually try out, or it's been used, like somebody's actually used it, beat on it some, and it's fine, it's probably a good product. It's a good 1095. This shape and this design, it's pretty sweet. I gotta say, I just wish they'd have done it better, done it right. It actually comes with a leather sheath too, which a leather sheath's pretty nice. Yeah, so hope that helps. Okay, so a little more to add about the Baluga here. This pretty close in size to this. This is a Angelo Model B, which is just their Bolo machete. This is manganese spring steel, I think, and cheap wooden handle. Got this, and this is taped up. It's a pretty sharp blade, and I'm gonna do some work on it. I'm actually gonna pull the handle off, do my own handle, make a nice hook on it. But This was $25. Chicago Knife Works normally, like, you can get about 35 bucks without the sheath. Had kind of a rough edge on it, so I cleaned up the edge, made it really sharp, and took it out and chopped on that same spot of wood, the black walnut that's been down for a few years. Didn't look like it did anything to this blade at all. So, just in case anybody's like, well, sure, you're chopping on hard dead wood. This is $10.95. It actually says $10.95 high carbon steel. First production run, 34/50. 34/50. I don't know if it'll show up or not, but 34/50. And, where is it? $10.95 high carbon steel. It'll show up there or not. $150. The sheath, I don't know, it's a nice leather sheath, probably about 40 bucks. So over $100 anyway. Nice handle still. 25 bucks. And completely outperformed that. And there's no doubt that's got a bad heat treat on it, I think, just from what was going on with it. But yeah, 25 bucks. All right, so here's a little update on the WithArmor Baluga. I haven't heard back from the company at all. It's been quite a while, and I'm assuming that just out of luck, I guess. So I have a belt grinder, so I did keep it nice and cool, took down the edge, thinking maybe it was where they scorched the edge, and I do think that's it. I don't even know how much it took off. It was quite a bit. It looks like we're getting a little bit harder. Hitting some nails on a piece of old railroad. I think railroad tie is what it is. I think I got a piece of that. And the nail, it's a 10D nail, soft nail. The Walmart sells. I use them for rivets. And it's not as big a chunk. But it definitely is still putting a divot in there. Stuff's still not nearly as hard as what it should be. But I can tell it's harder than what the edge was. So I think that is probably it, as it got scorched. However, I don't know how much more I'm going to have to take off of this to get to the hard enough steel, or if they even got it that hard. I don't know. That's it. Sorry. And I think I'm done. It's something that, even if I'm able to take this back far enough where it's doing what it should, I'm just afraid of the heat treat. I don't think I can trust it. Yeah, honestly, I'm probably just going to pitch it, because I don't, maybe I'll throw it or something, mess around, beat on it like that. Just, yeah, maybe I'll use it to throw and play around with, dull it up a little bit, and keep the tip, so I can do that. But yeah, I don't have I don't have one to replace it to test to give any other opinion. And like I said, the company hasn't got back with me. So yeah, I'm certainly not buying anything else from them. And I would say, if you're going to, taking a chance, because at least my experience is there's not a replacement warranty from the company, direct from the company. So anyway, that's the update, and definitely is harder up a little bit further, but I don't know how far. I mean, good grief, it was still warping before. It was still warping up a ways. But anyway, buy at your risk.